faithfully sharing value and exploring the world's best books. Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today we're diving into the psychology of retail warfare. In one year, Ito Yokado supermarket in Japan promoted black beans for the New Year's Eve dinner. The store switched from selling black beans loose to bagging them up, with each bag holding way more than an average family needed, but the price was super cheap. They called it more for the same price, but sales tanked. So the manager went back to selling them loose, and surprisingly, sales shot way up after the switch. So, why didn't customers go for this more for less deal? Because Japan was aging, families were smaller, so folks didn't need bulk buys. This felt like being pushed to buy extra. Naturally, people preferred the freedom of buying loose. See, that's psychology affecting how customers buy. Toshifumi Suzuki, author of The Psychology of Retail, is called the God of Management by Japanese media. In 1974, Suzuki, an executive at Ito Yokado, boldly started 7-Eleven Japan when small shops were seen as doomed, and it became a huge hit. Today, 7-Elevens are everywhere in Chinese cities. In the book, Suzuki shares cool insights into consumer minds from his decades of experience. Now, let's break down the book's key points in two ways. First up, using consumer psychology to create new products. Second, improving your business with consumer psych. Kicking off with the first question, how to use consumer psychology for new products. Suzuki suggests two tactics: disrupting the status quo and seizing untapped markets. Taking them step by step. Customers follow the crowd yet crave uniqueness. This clash is clearest in the fashion industry. Like, each year brings hot new clothing trends that fade fast. So, innovation is super important for the apparel retail industry. For example, a Japanese clothing company updates 1/3 of its products every year. As the book says, when sunflowers become a craze, you should sow dandelion seeds right away. Innovation is the best strategy to handle this consumer psychology. According to Toshifumi Suzuki, there are two ways for businesses to innovate. First, inventing something totally new based on never before seen concepts. Second, recombining existing elements to create novelty. Breaking predetermined harmony is the latter. Let me explain. Predetermined harmony is a concept introduced by the German philosopher Leibniz. It means that when God created the world, he prearranged everything to exist in harmony, ensuring world order stays stable. In the consumer market, this means that most products, forms, and sales methods are pretty fixed most of the time until an external force breaks this state. This force could come from customers pushing back or from businesses proactively innovating. Let's use an example to help you understand this innovation. While many Japanese folks enjoy coffee, cocoa, and butter, just like Westerners, few know Europeans add butter to cocoa to make it richer and tastier. Inspired by this, Japanese advertisers dreamed up a campaign for bunko books. Bunko books in Japan are what we call paperback series. So what was this fresh idea? It was all about promoting the concept of pairing to the masses. For instance, the ad slogan was, "On a cold winter night, warm cocoa with a dab of butter and reading a bunko book are the perfect match." And combining reading with drinking sparked interest in Japan, giving bunko books tons of exposure and a big sales boost. Cocoa, butter, and bunko books aren't new alone, but together they're different. This novelty creating move can be called breaking predetermined harmony. In Suzuki's mind, the core appeal of retail comes from constantly breaking predetermined harmony with creativity. And after the 2008 global financial crisis, Japan's economy tanked, and the media wrote off the convenience store industry, thinking the market was saturated. Faithfully sharing value and exploring the world's best books. Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today we're diving into the psychology of retail warfare. One year, Ito Yokado supermarket in Japan promoted black beans for the Japanese New Year's Eve dinner. The store switched from selling uh, black beans loose to bagging them up, with each bag holding way more than an average family needed, but the price was super cheap. They called it more for the same price, but sales tanked. So the manager went back to selling them loose, and surprisingly, sales shot way up after the switch. So, why didn't customers go for this more for less deal? Because Japan was aging, families were smaller, so folks didn't need bulk buys. This felt like being pushed to buy extra. Naturally, people preferred the freedom of buying loose. See, that's psychology affecting how customers buy. Toshifumi Suzuki, author of The Psychology of Retail, is called the God of Management by Japanese media. Um, in 1974, Suzuki, an executive at Ito Yokado, boldly started 7-Eleven Japan when small shops were seen as doomed, and it became a huge hit. Today, 7-Elevens are everywhere in Chinese cities. In the book, Suzuki shares cool insights into consumer minds from his decades of experience. What's its image in customers' minds? Is it affordable quality or high-end luxury? Usually, businesses assume customers love cheap stuff. At low prices alone can capture the market. Is this always true? Not necessarily. First, let's look at two product traits: quality and price. We can split all products into four types: low quality, low price, low quality, high price, high quality, low price, and high quality, high price. Low price strategies push most businesses toward cheap, low quality goods, leaving high quality markets wide open. So, how did Suzuki seize these untapped markets? Take two 7-Eleven cases. First, their high quality, low price 7 coffee. Second, their high quality, premium priced golden bread. Starting with case one, in 2013, Japanese 7L's 12 launched freshly brewed coffee. Build 7 Coffee, a self-serve system that slashed wait times. Each cup was 150 milliliters, priced at 100 yen, about $99 then. Versus other Japanese coffees, not pricey but crazy rich flavor. To craft it, Suzuki hired coffee sommeliers who sampled global beans and picked the best. They roasted beans twice to boost natural sweetness, then shipped them cold chain to lock in freshness. Stores used soft water, best for brewing, and drip brewed each cup with paper filters. Back then, convenience stores only sold canned coffee, zero fresh brewed premium options. 7 Coffee's quality, affordability, and grab and go ease carved out a niche untouched by cafes or fast food. 7 Coffee sold over 100 million cups in its first month in Japan. High quality, low price products selling well? That makes total sense. But what about high quality, high price items? These cost more to make and are riskier. Most businesses won't touch them, not even giants like 7-Eleven. Our second case on cracking the premium market: 7-Eleven's 2013 Golden Bread, using top grade flour, Hokkaido cream, Canadian honey, hand kneaded for unforgettable softness. Just 6 slices per bag, but complex prep and premium ingredients pushed the price to 250 yen, over 50% higher than regular Japanese bread. So during development, Golden Bread faced heavy opposition from execs. They all thought customers wanted bargains, not luxuries. The customers loved its unique fluffy sweetness. Though pricey, its taste hit an unmet craving. Flavor seekers didn't mind paying extra. It sold 15 million loaves nationwide in just 4 months. The lesson: when rivals obsess over low prices, zigging instead of zagging can unlock untapped markets. Okay, that covers using consumer psychology for product development. Next up for retailers, how to actually run the business. Part 2, stocking smart and boosting sales using consumer psychology. Suzuki famously said, "Retail's real competition isn't rivals, it's ever-shifting customer needs." To stock efficiently, Suzuki used a method analyzing psychological cues. At all 15,000 plus Japanese 7Ls, stock clerks use this daily. Let's use the example of a seaside 7-Eleven stocking pickled vegetable rice balls to explain this method. Imagine a 7-Eleven on a path to the fishing docks in a coastal town. It's peak fishing season, and tomorrow's Saturday. The forecast calls for perfect boat fishing weather. Based on this, we can assume anglers will stop by early tomorrow before heading out. Considering anglers' psychology, sunshine means they'll expect midday heat and seek lunch that won't spoil easily. Pickled vegetables resist spoilage, so pickled veggie rice balls should sell well. So, staff made this assumption and stocked more pickled veggie rice balls. We call information that helps anticipate customer psychology forward-looking information. Here, two clear forward-looking info. Weather data showing sun leads to hot afternoons. If forecasts said clouds or cooler temps, anglers might prefer hearty mixed rice balls, the other weekend fishing event schedules. When thinking of fishing snacks, customers' first thought is rice balls. Similarly, if nearby gym hosts sports events next day, we'd assume bento boxes will sell hot. That's why Suzuki said tomorrow's customer needs are key. As shown, building assumptions on customer psychology helps uncover hidden needs. All right, we've got innovative products and stocking methods. Now for the final step, sales. How can businesses boost sales using consumer psychology? First, let's discuss customers' tendency to rationalize spending. Consider this small case, an interesting phenomenon at 7-Elevens. On weekdays, people tend to buy cheaper boxed meals, but on weekends, they lean toward pricier, higher quality products. Why is that? Because on workdays, customers follow the good and cheap rule. As long as it's affordable, they'll settle for just filling up. But come weekend, things change. Facing pricier items, customers think, I've worked hard all week. I deserve this tastier treat as a reward. So every weekend, premium food sales spike at 7-Eleven. This self-rewarding spending is customers rationalizing their purchases. After all, we always want to feel we're getting our money's worth. So businesses must give customers reasons to buy without hesitation. In the book, Toshifumi Suzuki outlines 3 methods. First, using price comparisons. Second, leveraging loss aversion psychology. Third, validating choices from the customer's perspective. Starting with method 1, using price comparisons to justify purchases. Anecdotal setup at Ito Yokodo's down comforter section. Initially with 18,000 yen and 38,000 yen comforters, the cheaper sold better while the premium one struggled. And, but after adding a 58,000 yen luxury comforter, sales flipped. The 38,000 yen became top seller and overall revenue soared. With just 2 options, people default to price comparisons. The 18,000 yen comforter naturally became the go-to choice, but add an impractical 58,000 yen option and people start evaluating quality. After comparing, the 38,000 yen comforter emerged as best value, driving its sales up. With only 1 or 2 choices, customers can't easily distinguish quality or convenience. The same item, when price and stock change, shifts in perceived value for customers, leading to vastly different sales. The second method is leveraging customers' loss aversion to justify their purchases. First, let's clarify what loss aversion means. This concept emphasizes that the pain from losses outweighs the pleasure from gains, causing us to view them unequally. Thus, people are more inclined to avoid losses than pursue gains, a key concept in behavioral economics. How can we understand this? For example, if you find 500 yuan on the street today, you'd be overjoyed. But after a few days, you might forget about it. But if you lose 500 yuan, you'd be sad for many, many days. In other words, the negative impact of losing 500 yuan is much greater than the positive impact of gaining it. So how can businesses use loss aversion to boost sales? Here, we'll directly use Ito Yokodo's example. They devised a trade and promotion tactic. Ito Yokodo found that traditional discount promotions no longer significantly boosted revenue in Japan. So in 2008, they launched a trade-in promotion campaign. During the campaign, for every 5,000 yen spent on clothing, customers could trade in an old garment to get 1,000 yen off. The campaign ran multiple times, expanding eligible items from clothes and handbags to shoes, furniture, and daily goods. During the campaign, Ito Yokado's revenue increased by 20% to 30%. Actually, mathematically, spending 5,000 yen to get 1,000 yen off with an old item is no different from a 20% discount. But it's more hassle for customers to bring old stuff than just getting the discount. Yet, this promotion made customers open their wallets. The trick of trade-ins lies in effectively stimulating loss aversion. Every household's closet is packed with old clothes they'll never wear again. But even if they won't wear them, many people still don't throw them away. And because we hate any kind of loss, trade-ins, by tapping into loss aversion, it gave people a reason to clear out their closets, and it was a big hit. Suzuki summed it up: people act more on feelings than logic. At heart, those two tactics are fixed patterns. Sellers need to be flexible in giving customers reasons. All right, last up is the third tactic: validating choices from the customer's social circle. Say, when selling clothes, if a salesperson just rattles off features and how trendy it is, it'll just bug customers and ruin the fun. So, businesses should chat like a friend, share feelings, and connect emotionally. Customers often try on outfits they fancy, so staff should speak as a friend would, giving timely compliments. Like, this piece goes better with those pants at events. They'll totally bring out your classy vibe. This chat isn't about flaunting features. It's advising how perfect it is for you. Even if they know it's sweet talk, they'll nod where it clicks, slowly thinking about buying. Bottom line, we're thinkers, but also driven by feelings. When someone gets you, it's pure joy. So reading minds, sharing thoughts, and connecting is key to winning. It's also the top way to make shopping feel justified. And that wraps up the book's key points. Retail is about always reading and meeting shifting customer wants. Whatever your field, think like a user, and you can walk Suzuki's path to win. All right, that's a wrap on retail psychology warfare. Notes are under the audio. Catch you tomorrow.